Hey everybody, thank you for hanging out again. Another Willie Barcena's drop in. You guys know what's up. Willie Barcena here. And then we got the usual suspects.
What's up? Fabian Barcena, back from vacation, Maui.
Vacation, bro. I don't know vacation from what, dude? You don't do shit.
Hey,
you
man,
don't do shit,
This is a stressful fucking job.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. Shut the fuck
Robert,
up,
all right?
dude.
Hey, yeah, this is Robert here. Yeah, I agree with Willie, bro.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just fucking.
Really?
No, I agree. No.
Oh,
It's a very stressful job.
Sucking
bro.
up to your boss, huh?
No.
Jeez,
What you should do, bro. You have no respect for your boss. Swear to God, if you weren't my son, you'd be fired, dude.
If you weren't my dad, I quit.
Bro, I know people in the business, bro. I can snap my fingers and get people in here to fucking replace you, bro.
Oh shit.
And speaking of which, Ross Mark is here, man.
So,
Thanks for having me, Willie. I'm very excited to be here at your podcast.
Yeah. Hey, no. Listen, let me tell everybody about our relationship, how we know each other, bro. So Ross and I have known each other more than 20 years, probably longer than you've been born. As probably as long as you've been born, Fabian.
damn, 97?
Ross started as a manager. You were managing comics first, right?
I first started at the Improv as a booker.
Okay.
And I booked you in Evening at the Improv back in the day. If I remember right. And then I was a manager, and then I was a producer at the Tonight Show.
Tonight Show.
That's the short version.
Yeah, you were my manager.
Which improv was it?
Melrose.
Okay.
The one in Hollywood, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the best one. And but I did open the Tempe Improv when I was in college. I was a part owner of the Tempe Improv in college, which I was proud of because it was the most profitable club. And
Still around, by the way.
it is, but it's not the same club. I mean, you remember Dan Murr?
Dan Murray, yeah.
Dan Murr ran that club, and he had his weird stuff.
He was a little bit quirky guy, the manager.
Guy. You know, God rest his soul. He's deceased. He's no longer with us. But he ran that club great, and you know, he had his quirks. But you know, they had HBO specials taping there. They had, I mean, the club made the Improv so much money, and he was great at his job. And so I would go to after I graduated, I'd go back and visit, and he would like, "Where do you want to stay? You know, I can get you free rooms. I can get you free meals." So I went to Arizona. Everything was free. It was
he had the hookups. Dan Murray had the hookups, man. For whatever reason, and it's weird because hardly any club managers, and I'm talking about all the club managers, probably only 3 liked me. And he was one of them. And he didn't like a lot of people. And that it was weird that he liked me, you know? And so he didn't like a lot of people.
I think he liked you because you were funny. I think because he liked, you like had jokes. And,
well, I know he had that thing with George Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
You know when George Lopez went on stage? They got into an argument. Okay. And George Lopez, back in the day, even before his sitcom. Yeah, he got on stage because Dan Muir was short. And he goes, "This is my imitation of Dan Muir," and he got on his knees and he was walking around the stage. So, and then he goes,
he was doing tequila shots on stage.
But he said doing Dan Muir sucking dick, bro.
I don't know. You can talk like that on this podcast.
You could, bro. You could.
But yeah, I mean, he banned him from the club, and I remember that very well.
He banned George.
For some reason, everybody would call me and say, "You know what George Lopez did last night?" I'm like. What? I mean, I it's not my
this is when George would drink a lot at the clubs. And I honestly, I got to say, one of the reasons I drank a lot as a young comic, because I always felt that I was competing with like another Mexican, you know? Like he drank 12, 14 shots and I'll drink 16.
It was like a contest with you guys?
Yeah. I don't know. I was younger than him, man. But I felt like I had to match balls, you know? But so you ran that, bro, and then
and it didn't sound right, but that's all right though.
Why do they have to be gay to you, bro?
Just fucking.
Bro, I think you got homosexual tendencies.
I did that, and I did, and I was judge for the first 3 seasons of The Last Comic Standing. That was fun.
Who were the winners when you were there? Last Comic.
So the first comic that won was a guy named Dat Fan.
Oh. I remember that guy. He cried, and that's why I hated that he won because he cried.
It was a great story. The guy came from nowhere.
We all came from nowhere. Fuck all that.
No, but he was going against like Rich Voss. He was, there were some really good comics. He was going all the guys that we know.
But he cried, bro.
He did.
A lot. He cried a few times.
He did.
And that's what bothered me. I'm like, come on, bro. We all struggle. Every comedian,
he did.
When you're young, a comic, you have a hard time paying bills. You have a hard time feeding your family. You have a hard time feeding yourself. And at the same time, you have to produce humor. So the fact that he was on there and he was crying and all that.
Well, the crazy thing was he was like writing jokes the night before and having no idea if it would work. I mean, he ran out of material.
Okay.
I mean, this guy was like very green, and I'm happy he like made it that far, but he had no idea he was going to go to the finals, and you have to do a brand new 5 minutes, and he ran out of jokes.
So he cried on stage?
No.
Like when he won.
When he won,
or even before that, when they would talk to you, like they would interview you,
Yeah.
like, hey man, how do you feel about this? And he'd get all emotional.
Well, it's great for fucking TV though.
Yeah,
it's like some
it
American
was
Idol
great.
shit.
It was great for I guess for comics. For me, I was just like, come on, bro, fucking milking it.
Because everybody thought Ralphie May was going to win that season.
Oh, Ralphie was on that season.
Yeah.
a good memory. Ralphie, another guy who I thought was hilarious.
I think Ralph
Nicest guy. Nothing bad to say about Ralphie. He always was so nice to everybody, and I loved his wife too. And he just died from being heavy set. I mean, he moved to Vegas, and he
had his own show up there.
Yeah.
At the Harris.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I another guy that just died too soon.
Right.
Very funny.
And then so Dat Fan, I remember Dat Fan winning the first, and who won the second season?
John Heffron, right?
That's right. It was John Heffron.
Yeah. So John, a little secret I'll tell on your podcast because I don't care anymore.
Well, you were his manager.
I had him.
Yeah, you were his client, bro. You fucking cheated, man.
So Bob Reed and the America voted, but Bob Reed and I had a management company, as you know, and Bob and I were judges on the show. And as soon as Dat Fan won, we signed him. And
you fuckers.
And I made him a lot of money too. And also John. Like we told him, okay, we'll meet in Nashville. So John met us in Nashville. He walked on stage. He had like a leather jacket on.
Okay.
And I said, I've never seen you before. I pretended I never met him before.
Okay.
And,
it just shows you how Hollywood works, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't matter because America votes anyway. I didn't have any control. But John was funny. John did a great job, and it made John's career.
Yeah.
He was he got tons of gigs off it. I mean,
Right.
he milked that forever.
And then who was the third guy? You forget?
I forgot.
Okay.
Third season. I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
But I mean, when did Felipe win it? Felipe Esparza, you were already gone.
I was gone. The Tonight Show said, listen, you can work at Last Comic Standing, you can be a producer at the Tonight Show. So I said, I think I'll pick the show that's been around for 50 years than some reality show that's going to be around for 6 seasons or whatever. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't there. I know as soon as they had comics start judging comics, I thought the show kind of jumped the shark because I think the worst thing you can have is comedians judging other comedians, unless it's like somebody like Jay Leno or somebody like Stardom up here that's not competitive. But when I was on the show, it was like a top 10 show.
Oh, was it?
I mean, it did really well.
Yeah, well, the producer was
Peter Engel.
I thought it was Barry Katz.
Barry Katz was one of the producers, and Jay Moore was the host the first season.
Oh,
and then
Jay Moore. We had Jay Moore on the podcast here.
Yeah, he's funny.
I didn't know he was the host.
He was the host producer, and then Jay stepped down, and Anthony Clark was the host when I was there for the next season. Okay. Very funny. Yeah. I always thought Anthony was one of the better comedians working, and. But it was a fun show, and then they kind of messed it up. I kind of like watching this, all the comics living in the same house and all that stuff. Corey Holcomb was hilarious.
Corey, he's still a very funny dude.
I mean, dude,
that guy, he's a fucking nut.
I saw him.
Corey's fucking nut. He has a podcast where he's out there, bro.
I saw him in Denver. On them. Yeah,
I saw him in Denver. My son was going to school at University of Denver, and when Bud was there, Bud, my mom, we all went to see him at the Improv in Denver, and he opened up with this abortion bit.
All right.
And Bud and my mom were kind of shocked about it, but it was hilarious. I mean, I loved it, but it wasn't something you should really open up with.
Right,
He didn't care. But it was great. I just remember Bud, like, telling him after the show, like, that's not the greatest choice to open up with that. But it was a great bit.
But he's still the same way, man. He's still
great.
going against the grain.
He's great.
So you got, man, listen, bro. So you've had comedy in your blood, obviously forever. From comedy clubs to comedy producing. I mean, you're still producing.
Yeah.
Okay, Bud Friedman, for those of you who don't know, was the guy who created the whole genre of comedy clubs, right? Of people traveling from comedy club.
He was one of the innovators.
One of the pioneers, right?
Yeah, I mean, he opened the Improv in 1963 in New York City. My mom married him after, like, I was 13 years old when my mom and him got married.
He met your mom at the. He met your mom at the Improv, right?
Yeah, my mom met him at the Improv, and one of my mom's friends set them up.
Okay.
And Bud had no money. I mean, Bud used to stay at our house because he had, like, he couldn't afford to live. I mean, he had a house that he had, but I mean, he was like, he really had not that much money. But it's way before the comedy boom, like
before everything exploded.
Yeah, and Bud, his wife got the comedy club in New York. That was the settlement, that she owned the New York Improv.
Okay.
And Bud just walked away, like, here are the keys, walked away.
And then he reopened here in the West Coast?
He opened in the West Coast, and it took a while to be successful. And then the comedy boom hit, Evening at the Improv hit.
That was huge, man.
And then he started franchising.
There was a show called A&E's Evening at the Improv.
Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid.
Every comedian that was ever, like, anybody was on that show, right?
Jim Carrey. I mean, every comic did the show. The only one that didn't do it, because he never does any TV, is Jay Leno. You know that?
He didn't do it? I didn't know.
Jay says if you do a TV show like an HBO special, which he never did.
He never did, yeah.
He can never use his material that he's doing on the road anymore. You can't do it.
But people
everybody knows the jokes.
Okay, but people like to hear some of your, like, I know when I do stand up, they like to hear the new stuff, and I sprinkle it with some of the old stuff.
People want all the. I always tell, like, when I see comedians live, I said, do this bit, and they said, Ross, I haven't done that in 15 years. And I know, and
you always every time I see you always go, Willie, no.
That's a great bit.
You've never seen that bit, dude.
It's a great bit, and top 10. And but I mean, it was fun growing up with Bud. I mean, we all lived in.
Did you feel like, okay, he was your stepdad? Did you feel you met him at 13? It's like
12, I would say.
12. Did you, like, have this relationship with him where you started feeling like he was your dad, bro?
Yeah, my dad worked a lot. My dad wasn't really around for my brother and I that much, so I feel like I'm in a therapy session. And but I mean, Bud really took over being our dad. I mean, he was like,
Was he involved? Was he a hands-on?
Very, very involved. Yes, absolutely. Throughout high school and college, and when I got married, everything.
Wow, man.
So he's
and your sister Zoe ended up being a big deal at Comedy Central, right?
Yeah, she was vice president, I believe, of Comedy Central, and she worked on the Letterman show, and then she worked.
That's weird. She worked on Letterman, and then
Craig Kilborn, and she worked there for many years at Comedy Central.
By the way, I got offered Letterman. I don't know if you know that, Fabian. And I passed on it because of my loyalty to Jay.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I passed on it, bro.
Were they competing? Is that why? Like,
it was an unsaid thing, bro.
No, it was a war every day. Every day,
It was like NBC versus CBS.
Every day we went to work, it was all about the ratings, all about who had Letterman had on. It was all about who can book so and so first before they do your show. It was war.
And but you were a book. You booked.
I booked and I produced the show. So I booked guests and I produced guests. So I work with everybody from Tom Cruise to.
Okay. Well, give me some cheesemate here, bro. All right. Who was of the guests that you had that you're like, wow, man, I can't believe this guy is not a cool guy. Because he seems so cool in the movies.
Russell Crowe.
Really? He was a dick?
Horrible person. I mean,
I love Russell Crowe,
so
bro.
he apologized after, but he never called me for a pre-interview. A pre-interview is when the guests will call me and we go over their segment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
surprised that, you know, it's not just made up. I mean, Jay has to know what questions to ask to get to a certain story. And also follow-up questions. So Russell Crowe never called. So I was just about to brief you because I just made a bunch of questions up off interviews he's done in the past.
Okay.
And he called me right before, and I went over this. I said, "This is what we're talking about." And he says, "I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about this, this, and this." And I basically said, "Okay, you got 5 minutes to tell me what you want to talk about." And he gets there and he's like livid, and
he's upset that you gave him 5 minutes.
Oh, he's just livid that I didn't do what he wanted, and because he didn't follow the instructions. And I told his publicist too. I said, "Your client is not following what we do here."
Right.
And, you know, I make it easy for people, but, you know, if he doesn't want to play the game, then don't play.
Right.
So he was like yelling. I didn't yell. I kept my cool, but he was very confrontational.
Really?
But I found out later that he was going through a divorce. His wife was cheating with the trainer.
Oh, and, it's always the trainer,
it's always
bro.
the trainer. If you have a wife out there, she has a trainer, fire him immediately.
It's always the trainer, the karate instructor, the yoga guy.
The yoga
it's always
guy.
that fucking guy always ends up banging the
You know what? It's because when you work out, you change like hormones with each other.
And he stretches her out.
Yeah,
all that
like
stuff.
moving her legs up, putting his face right inside her, whatever.
Oh yeah, I just see it all the time.
Yeah, so I mean, Russell, but he apologized after, and he did show a few more times after that, and we were good friends. But I mean, everybody else was great. I mean, I never.
Well, you met everybody. Bro.
I mean, I never had any confrontations with any athletes or any actors or comedians. I mean, I made it very easy for people to do the show.
So you said like it was like war between like other networks, right?
No, the Leno. Letterman and Leno.
There's Letterman and Leno.
Okay. Was there any like you know dirty tricks that you guys would do to each other to like
no,
try to,
I mean,
get up on each other?
Not really. I mean, Jay actually didn't talk to Dave. Dave and him were friends like back in the day, like before they got
from the Comedy Store, right?
Yeah, and Jay got this Doritos commercial with Oprah and Letterman, and they were filming it in New York. And I didn't go. They wanted me to, but I did not go to New York. But they filmed it, and Jay got there, and they were waiting for Oprah to finish hair and makeup. So Jay was sitting on the couch with Letterman and just stared at each other and didn't say one word to each other. Like 10 minutes.
That is fucking odd, bro. That was some fucking mind games.
They don't like. I mean, they just don't like each other back then. But it was good though. It's like. Now, if you watch late night, everybody's chummy, everybody's good best friends, and
it's all one-sided. And I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, but smash both sides, you know.
No, they won't touch Biden. They did no jokes on Biden. It was like forbidden.
Right,
I mean, when Biden fell off that bike, I mean, every show should have had like a drop in about it, made fun of him.
Right. Or when he's smelling hair all the time. He's smelling people, women's hair and kids' hair.
Yeah, you saw that too. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great things they could have done, but they just stayed away. But when Trump like trips off the rug or something, they'll make a.
Well, Trump's a dick, bro. So
yeah, we all know that.
I think he deserves everything. But
they make fun of him, but they don't touch Biden. That's my point.
No, it should. No, they should touch everybody for
sure.
Yeah,
so people I think got disinterested in late night. I mean, the ratings are horrible. No one's watching it. I mean, they canceled. They already canceled James Corden. And they're going to probably cancel some other shows on late night. And it just no one's watching it. I mean, do you watch the comedians on the Tonight Show anymore?
No,
I mean,
I think that's.
I mean, they have a different comedian every week. I mean, I think some of them are funny, but no one.
I think the closest you get to something where it's relatively like hits left and right is Bill Maher on HBO.
Bill Maher's a very smart show.
I think he hits both sides.
Bill hits both sides, and the Democrats go crazy when he does it.
Yeah, they hate it when they
because they all think he's a loyal Democrat. He's never going to make fun of Democrats, but Bill plays both sides. My friend went to D.C. with Bill to meet the president. I mean, my friend set it up.
Oh, that got him in trouble with a certain side, with the left.
With the left,
They got in trouble with the left.
It was Kid Rock and Dana White and Bill Maher. They all had dinner. My friend Chuck was there, and he was sitting with them too. And the president showed him around showed him all the sites. This is where Bill Clinton got the BJ over here, and this is where the Queen. This is called the Queen Elizabeth Room. When she used to stay in D.C., she stayed in this room. I mean, all this like stuff that was like historic. It's great. And Bill was charmed. And the funny thing that Bill did, I don't think he talked about it. I'll talk about it here because I don't care. Bill, like the president said to Bill, "What do you want to drink?" And he goes like, as he said, "Okay, he said a margarita." And so 5 minutes later, a margarita shows up, and Bill's drinking. Bill had 3 margaritas. Sounds like somebody we know over here, and you know, he wasn't in Maui either. And so he. By the third one, he was so like lit up that he spilt the drink on the floor. Like it was like it was pretty funny. But I mean, but Bill went on his show and said that Trump was very nice. I mean, he really had nothing to say bad about him. You know, and that pissed people off.
Yeah, but you know, he's a politician. I don't care that people try to play it like he's the everyman for the blue collar of white America.
Yeah,
because he's definitely white America, bro. Blue collar.
That's fine.
But he's a politician and he's full of shit.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Would you watch? I said this to my wife. Would you watch SNL right now with their cast? Okay, don't say anything.
All right.
Or would you watch Trump do a 45-minute speech, not edited, just him talking and being himself?
Okay, but he's the president.
No. But do you laugh more at Saturday Night Live, or do you laugh more at Donald Trump during the speech?
Okay, you're right, but here it is, Ross.
Making fun of people.
He's the fucking president, man.
So
he needs to. You need to.
When was the last time you watched SNL?
Never. Not since Eddie Murphy, I guess. I would say not
I'd
for
say
me.
no.
Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell era was good.
Dana Carvey.
Yeah. You're right. Will Ferrell.
Okay,
Dana
but
Carvey.
no, I mean now they fired the whole staff again, and the ratings are. No one watches it. No one knows one sketch can say, "Oh, I love when they do that sketch."
Right. That's
now their cast is huge. They just keep like
it's like and it's like the rainbow.
So he should. I think Trump would be great if he had his own TV show. And not
Dude,
not run the country.
I love when he makes fun of like. I just love hearing him talk about like, you know, any Democrat politician he'll make fun of, like Pocahontas in Massachusetts. He'll talk about everybody. Talk about our governor. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but I don't know why the left. I mean, he's such an easy hit. He's such an easy target. I don't know why the left doesn't come at him.
They do.
And talk the same shit.
Watch CNN.
No, I do watch CNN, but they don't. I don't know, bro. I know. I don't know if you're a hardcore Trumper or
no, I'm not. I just want a fair playing field. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's like so much hate and.
Well, he has a lot of hate himself, bro.
They both do.
Come on, man.
They're both guilty. You're right.
He has a lot of hate. But listen, there's something that I wanted to ask you about, and I want to get the story, man. I want to get the story right because I heard it from a comedian in Miami, and his name is Bruce Smirnoff. And been around forever. I guess he used to
really?
babysit
Nice
you, right?
To meet you.
And he's the one that he told me about.
Bruce is first of all, Bruce is the most neurotic Jewish guy you ever met in your life. He's never been married. He
has a cat.
He has a cat. He stays home now. He doesn't do anything. He's afraid to go out. I mean, the guy is very neurotic. I love him. But one of the most neurotic Jewish people you ever like. If they're writing a book about neurotic Jews, he'll be like the cover boy. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. I love Bruce though.
No, I do too, bro. I stayed at his house before. I stayed in Miami one time.
Oh, nice.
But I get along with Bruce real well. But he is neurotic.
Okay, tell me the story. I'll tell the story.
So he was like, because I told him that you and I were friends. And he goes, "Oh, Ross, I used to babysit Ross when he was a kid." And I go, "Fuck, really?" He goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Man, do you know?" And then he goes, "Do you know that story about when the mob tried to extort Bud Friedman, which is your stepdad?"
Yep.
And he told me that they took pictures of you, the mob from Chicago, I heard. Right?
No, the mob that was after Bud was in New York.
I thought, okay.
No, but I'll tell the story.
Okay, give me the
Chicago. So this is in the mid '80s. Bud had a restaurant, and he wanted to rent it out. Like he wanted somebody else to take.
So it's like a lot of clubs do. They have a restaurant and a club.
So Bud wanted, to have somebody come in and run, be in charge, have their own restaurant. Bud would charge them rent.
Right.
So Jackie Mason, who was a comedian, and he also had his own sitcom, and was a pretty big star back in the day.
And then he had a big comeback with that one-man show, right?
Yeah,
on Broadway.
He's a very successful comedian, but he decided I'll open a restaurant called Jackie Mason Feed Your Face.
Okay,
and it was like a high-end Italian pizza place with. They had really, it wasn't cheap. It was like a more high-end Italian at the Improv, a comedy club where they shoot chicken wings and cheeseburgers.
But when people go to comedy clubs, they're not expecting the high-end food.
No, people don't want to eat that. So he's told Bud, I'm going to invest $50,000 into the kitchen. I'm going to do all these great improvements. Bud said, maybe you should wait and see if the restaurant's going to be successful. And Jackie didn't listen. He did it anyway. And so the restaurant, after 2 months, went under. Jackie went up to Bud. He says, "I want my $50,000." And Bud said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "I didn't tell you to put $50,000 into that kitchen." And he says, "Well, you're gonna have problems." And so he basically threatened him. And Jackie had connections in the New York mob.
Okay.
And Bud got a call from one of the guys in New York when these Italian guys. This is when the mob was Italian. Now it's not. Now it's all Mexican and Colombian and Chinese.
Right.
The Italians are
Russian.
Russian. The Italians are like out of the business.
I think they're still in the business, but I think they're super low key.
Yeah, they're all dead.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. So the guy said, you got to pay Mr. Mason the money, $50,000, and Bud said, "No, I'm not paying it." Bud's a stand-up guy. And so a couple weeks passed. Bud's putting a security system into the house himself.
He knew how to do it.
It was really a horrible system. It didn't work.
Okay.
It was just the dumbest thing he's ever, stupid. So Bud's putting a security system in. He's told us about what's going on. And
how old were you?
I was playing football. I was 17. I was big. I was lifting like 315. I was like.
Where'd you play high school at?
Beverly Hills High.
You fucking.
And we were good.
You poor thing.
We had a good team. So
Beverly Hills High, bro. Okay, I want to come back.
We had four guys that went pro.
I want to come back to this after the story.
So I get a phone call at the house, and this guy goes, "Is Bud there?" I said, "No, Bud's not here. Who's calling?" And he said, "This is so-and-so, and I followed your son to school today." And I said, "Well, you're talking to the son." I said, "What do you mean followed me?" He said, "Well, weren't you wearing this shirt and weren't you wearing this?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why are you following me? You're some pedophile?" I mean, I was like,
you didn't know what was up.
I don't know. He said, "No, your stepdad owes us money, and I don't want, I'm following you around." I said, "Well, I don't think it's a good idea." And I called him a motherfucker, and I said, because he would park his car across the street.
Shit!
A big fat Italian guy, a Cadillac.
Really?
Oh, smoking. So you
could see him. You guys could see him through your window.
So I called my football friends. One guy, 6'9", 300 pounds, played 10 years in NFL. I called my other friend, who's like an Egyptian guy, thick legs. He looked like Earl Campbell. And I called another buddy of mine, and we were playing catch, and we would throw his football and just nail his Cadillac all the time. And he came out, and he showed us his gun.
Oh,
and
shit.
My one friend lives in the projects. He said he didn't care. He was like, "Dude, if you want to show that, I'll bring my homies here, and we'll throw you out of here." And so the guy drove off.
All right.
And so the guy. So this thing was getting a little escalated. So Bud ended up going to New York
He flew to New York.
He flew to New York with all this, with cash.
How much? The 50 grand?
50 grand. And,
shit.
But Phil Foster, who was on Laverne and Shirley, who's an old-time comedian, knew the people in Chicago.
Which one was Phil Foster?
He played Shirley's dad in Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, he's the one that had the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, like a little restaurant.
Yeah, so Phil Foster knew the Chicago mob guys.
Really?
And the New York guys and Chicago guys were friendly. So Phil called the Chicago mob guys and said, listen, Bud's having a problem with this guy. Can you help? And they called back and said, listen, Bud should fly to New York, give the guy the money, and it'll be over with. And Bud didn't have much money. I mean, we really didn't. So Bud flew to New York and paid this guy off. But I wanted to fight the guy.
Yeah, they would have killed you, bro.
I know.
I don't think they're gonna fight.
I know,
Ross.
but we all think
you
like
would have ended up in the fucking ocean somewhere. You would have been sleeping with the fishes, bro.
I mean, but we were all like in high school. We all think we're invincible.
Yeah.
You're 17, bench press 315.
I mean, I was meant to
Thought
be
you were
15.
bulletproof.
I was all league linebacker, and I was playing baseball. It was unbelievable, but I mean, all went away. But I mean, it was just like this Jackie Mason was just. I mean, people talk about it. I would just go off and say the guy's the worst. I
remember you.
I would never book him on I said we can never book him on the Tonight Show. I told Jay and Debbie that, our executive producer. I said that guy is just. He's horrible. He's a horrible person. And everybody thought he was always this nice little Jewish guy who used to be a rabbi. I said he's.
What did Jay say? What did Jay say to what you saying that?
Jay just listened. Jay doesn't say much.
But did you ever book Jackie Mason?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then Jay listened.
There's no reason to book the guy. No one cared. But he, it's just, it was just a part of time where like, something really bad could happen.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
I some serious guys, man.
I know. And they also showed up to the Improv one time.
I heard. Okay, there's the one.
It was a Sunday.
I heard they scared the shit
So
out of
I was working
Mark
at the
Lanau.
Improv. Yeah, I was working at the Improv on a Sunday. I worked in the showroom, and these four guys pull up in a Cadillac, and they look like mobsters. Like if you saw Goodfellas, you're saying these guys are like in the show. They were in the movie Goodfellas. They're like that. That's what the casting looked like.
So you guys were closing.
No, it was during it was like 9:00.
Okay.
So Bud and Mark go upstairs.
Mark, well, just to let everybody know, follow the story. Bud and Mark were co-owners now, right?
Bud was majority, but Mark had a good piece of the Improv too, but Mark always had his name up there, and they were a great relationship. They made a lot of money together, and it was a Sunday night at the Improv, so it wasn't that busy. They go up, we hit an upstairs that no one was in. And I was downstairs. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, who are these guys? And so the guys, so Mark comes downstairs, looks like he saw a ghost. Supposedly a guy put a gun to his head.
Okay.
That's what Bruce Smirnoff told me, but I didn't see it. And they were like, because Mark's kind of a hothead sometimes. And
by the way, he was in that movie with Adam Sandler.
He was in Wedding Singer. He was also in a movie called Thank God It's Friday. Was his first movie with Jeff Goldblum. Which he always gets spits part. He always gets acting parts. He's a good actor, and he's still around. And he and Mark was like thought he saw a ghost. And he was like freaked out. And Bud came downstairs, and these guys like totally threatened like Bud and Mark. I mean, these guys meant business.
Is that the one that made Bud decide, hey, fuck this?
Well, that's when Bud got Phil Foster involved.
Okay.
Because Bud didn't know any mob people, and Phil did. And we can talk about this because everybody's dead. I mean, everybody's deceased now that's involved in this. So Jackie made everybody. So, it's like a true like mafia meets comedy world. You know?
Yeah, it's a weird.
Sounds like a good like sitcom. But.
So did he go? So how did it go? Did he meet him in a room like in the movies?
I wouldn't go. I don't know. Bud didn't talk about it. Bud just said, "I'm going to New York." He had $50,000 in cash, and it's before like 9/11, so they didn't really check your bags that much. So Bud just kind of carried it on, and he went there and he met them and paid them, and never heard from them again.
And that was it. It was over.
It was over. That's the only way to do it.
Was your mom scared?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be. I was scared of shit.
Yeah, she didn't know if they were going to kill him or not. They had no idea.
This week it's on at Bodega and Tres Vinos, the heart of Covina, where you can dine, drink, and dance all under one roof. Downstairs at Bodega, it's Wicked Wednesdays. Drink martinis, whiskey specials all night, plus some amazing wings, some empanadas. It's party on. Then we go on to Throwback Thursdays, tequila, tacos, and old school jams. Freaky Fridays, live band downstairs, DJ upstairs, 2 floors, one wild night, full bar, and the kitchen opens late. Sexy Saturdays, party keeps going with live DJs, bottle service, and VIP vibes upstairs at Tres Vinos. And don't forget, Sunday Fun Day, daytime DJs, chill energy, drink specials, and all your favorite dishes. Say Willie Barcena sent you for a little something extra. Listen, man, I didn't know that you went to Beverly Hills High School. Now, I know...
I told you.
I forget, but listen, I
was
know...
Beverly Hills High School Division 1 or 2 or 3?
We were D1. We were like in the same conference with like Inglewood, Culver City, Morningside.
Oh, really?
Miracosta.
That must have been weird to have Beverly Hills High School.
Well, I can tell you stories like that. We went to the hood.
It must have fucking...
So we had a good team, and we played because we bust in a lot of athletes back then. We bust in like a lot of our good players all bust in.
Yeah. The brothers. Come on, man. Tell the truth, bro.
So
my high school did that. Marshall did that.
Marshall, right? That's where he went. And so we would go to Inglewood and play at night, and there'd be like tons of police. And during halftime, our coach was doing a speech, and we heard gunshots. And the glass was on the field. I mean, it was the 80s. It was bad. I mean, it was, and everybody thought like Brooke Shields was going to pop out and be a cheerleader. I mean, they all thought like,
all you guys are movie stars.
Yeah, like we played Rosemead. I remember they all thought like they were waiting for all these like actors to come out. They all thought it was like all these celebrities would be there. It's like no. But I mean,
who went pro for you? Any guys that we might remember?
One of my best friends, I was best man in his wedding, Rick Cunningham, who was drafted in the second round with the Texas A&M, second round by the Colts. He played for a bunch of teams, played 10 years in the NFL, then he played in the CFL, then he played arena. But he went pro, and then Jeff James, our receiver, he played for the Lions.
Wow.
And then we had somebody else that went pretty far too.
Did you want to go in those days?
I wasn't big enough. I mean, Rick was 6'9", 300. Jeff ran a 340. He was like hands.
Did you take roids?
No one's doing steroids back then.
No. They come out later.
Was that late 80s?
Mid 80s.
Early 90s.
I graduated in 84. No, people weren't doing steroids back then. They started doing them like I would say 88, like Tony Mandrich when he started in 88, 89. That's when he started doing steroids. But baseball now it's like they tell you to start roids like before you sign your contract before they start testing. Like in college they tell you to take steroids.
So you play baseball and football?
I played JV baseball.
What position? First base.
I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Now I just play softball. I'm trying to get your son to play with us on Sunday.
Yeah, you gonna go, Fabian?
That might come in town.
Is it like that same? I remember the guys.
No Limit Arc.
No. There was a guy. They had a stickball team from New York, and it was all these Jewish comedians from New York that play stickball here.
Really?
Did you ever play with those guys?
No.
Who's
Mel Garcia plays?
Well, Mel Garcia plays with those guys.
I did play at Gary Shanling's house basketball on Sundays sometimes.
He used to have a game.
He had a comedians game like Jack Cohen played, Sarah Silverman played, Kevin Nealon played. Adam Sandler would play sometimes. It would have a game at his house, and we would all play. It was fun. It was a good game. I mean, I didn't play all the time, but when they needed a shooting guard to pop threes, I would show up.
Is that you? You're a shooting guard, bro?
Yeah.
Damn, brother.
I don't play any D. I just shoot.
Just give me the ball.
Just give me the ball.
Yeah, and
I'll drive or I'll shoot.
And you wait till the team comes back to your side of the court.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So
no, I don't cherry pick. I pick defense.
Hey, who went? And anybody? Beverly Hills High. Anybody that you go to high school?
My locker was right next to Slash from Guns N' Roses. His name was Saul.
Really?
Jewish guy, yeah. I was friendly with him. Lenny Kravitz, I was friendly with. I saw him years later at the Tonight Show when we were filming in Vegas. He recognized me. I didn't say hi to him.
Really?
He said, "Hey, Ross, what are you doing here?"
Didn't he end up with Halle Berry?
No, what's her name?
No?
Soleil Moonfry.
I thought Lenny Kravitz was with Halle Berry, dude.
He had kids with Soleil Moon French.
No, not end up with her, but dated her.
Oh, okay.
He probably. I mean, Lenny looks. I mean, I don't think the guy ages. I mean, the guy's unbelievable. But like David Schwimmer was in my class from Friends.
Oh, really?
His name in Friends was Ross. He named it after me. Not really, but I just tell people that. I tell girls that. And I mean, a lot of celebrities came through my.
Oh, it's Beverly Hills High, man.
I mean, Betty White went there. Steven Spielberg went to Beverly. I mean, tons of Richard Dreyfuss. Tons of people went to high school there.
Is that because like their parents were already involved, like working in Hollywood?
Yeah. A lot of them worked in Hollywood. A lot of them just got the acting bug, and they decided they wanted to be actors, and they,
So Beverly Hills, they have a good acting program, I'm guessing, right?
It's like Jonathan Silverman. Like he did a musical in his senior year, and I forgot who was in the audience. Some big director was in the audience, and he put him in a movie called Brighton Beach Memoirs, just because he was doing a student play.
Did you ever do any acting?
No. I made fun of those guys. I beat them up after school. I threw the shot put. I went to state and shot put, and I did that in the track team, which was kind of fun. And I played football, which was like full time, and I played baseball. And then I futzed around. I was like in the athletic department. I didn't hang out with those guys. You crazy?
When did you realize that you were going to end up doing the whole comedy thing? Was it when you went?
Out, Bud, being around comedy so much.
Did Bud tell you like, hey man, why don't you come to the club?
No, I kind of led my own path. I found the location and opened the Tempe Improv in college.
So you found the Tempe Improv?
I found the location. Yeah, I was going to school there, and I told Bud for a couple of years. I said you should open a club in Tempe. And then I talked to Mark.
It's the same club, exact same club that we played.
Oh, really? Yeah,
that's the club, bro.
I played
that club. I played that club 25 years ago, bro.
Yeah, with Rob Schneider he played with.
With Rob Schneider, remember when he was the headliner? Do you remember this?
Yeah,
he was the headliner, and I was the opener. And then by the end of the week.
So what happened was
I would close it.
I was managing Rob and Willie at the same time, and Rob wanted to go on the road and work on his stand-up. And I can't book Rob as a middle act. He has to be the headliner.
Right.
And I wanted Willie to go because Willie's a strong act, and I know if Rob couldn't do the job for an hour, I know Willie can do as much time as he needs to do. Mm-hmm. So Rob calls me from the club saying, I didn't know you booked me as a headliner. He was like really furious. And I think he was getting paid like $10,000-$15,000. Stupid money.
Yeah. I only got like $1,200.
Yeah, $1,200. No kidding. And so Willie, they ended up flip-flopping, and he was all mad at me because he didn't know he was the headliner, and his brother was his manager at the time.
Yeah, his brother. I remember his brother was there.
And his brother, I talked to his brother. I said, "What's the deal with Rob?" He says, "Well, I just blamed you. I just said you lied to us." I said, "Well, that's not the truth. Do you want to put him back on so I can tell him the truth?" He said, "No." And so I was mad at his brother for lying. I didn't think that was nice.
So he didn't have the material? Is that why?
No, he didn't have the material.
He didn't have material. He thought he was rushed into doing this.
Was he? So he was he's very green.
He was right out of SNL. He was on Saturday Night Live.
He had an act. I booked him at the Tempe Improv he's a middle act, and he was great. But he wanted to do new material. He wanted a place to work out.
Oh, okay.
And so he thought it was too much pressure to work out new material as a headliner.
Right.
Which I was never told.
So Daddy had to come and save the day.
He did. That was
Did
years
they still
ago.
pay you the $1,200?
Yeah.
Well, of course he took the money. He never paid me for it either, but that's fine. But Rob's still funny. He's done a lot of funny movies, and he's not.
He's let's be honest, man. It's that relationship he has with Adam Sandler, and which there's nothing wrong with it, man. I think in Hollywood, a lot of people that have those friendships, man, they'll hire their buddies because they're comfortable in front of their buddies.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Swartzen made a career doing Adam's movies. I love Nick, good friend, but he's I was in Grandma's Boy, a movie that Nick
I love
was
that
in.
movie.
Yeah, Nick was in. I was the groom. I got married in it.
Wait, you were in that movie?
Yeah.
No way.
And I got it because of Alan Covert, who's a good friend of mine. I put on the Tonight Show, who I worked with at the Improv, was Adam's best friend and producing partner now of all his movies. But Alan was like the co-star of the movie. He was the star of the movie. And they put me as like the groom that got married. They thought it was funny. I had to kiss this girl I'd never met before like 20 times.
I'm going to rewatch that movie because...
Yeah.
Hey, you know, man, it's something that I'll share with you, bro. And I shared it when Jay was here.
Jay came here?
Jay was here? Yeah, what do you mean here? Why do you act like you're all fucking shocked? Goddamn Willie Barcena. Hey.
I noticed that thing of Jay like to kiss his ass.
So
He put it right before he got here.
no, bro. So
Did you ever tell a story really quick? This is a great story that you could tell.
What?
When we booked you on the Tonight Show and you showed up in a black eye. And,
Oh, I had a black.
and basically you were playing basketball and you got in a confrontation with somebody and you hit them and the guy just stood there like laughed at you.
Yeah.
And like he said, "What the hell was that?" And like you try to hit this guy, he was built like a rock.
Okay, no, bro. I'll tell you exactly what happened. It was 2 days before the Tonight Show, and then the Tonight Show, you know, a week or 2 weeks before you get booked, you know, especially as a comic, you're the last on the totem pole because first is the star that opens up the Tonight Show. And then there's there's a B, and then C is always a band or the comedian.
No,
Right?
no. Sometimes it was B was the comic and C was the.
Well, if it was a fucking, it had to be like a fucking Robin Williams.
It just depends. Keep going.
All right, so I'm playing basketball. It's like the day before,
Right there in Silver Lake, right?
Silver Lake.
Okay.
And me and I got my ass whooped because I kicked this guy,
Yeah,
and I thought that was gonna be like scare him.
Would you give him like a step sidekick?
No,
Roundhouse?
I gave him a donkey kick because I hit him when he was sitting down. So I thought that was
back
gonna,
kicked him?
Yeah, back kicked him.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was sitting down. But this fucking guy got up and he fucking ate it, bro, like a champ. And he fucking tackled me, and he just started fucking raining shots, bro. And I was just fucking covering up. And lucky my friend Gerald was there, fucking buff motherfucker. Said, "All right, dude, you won." So it's enough. You whooped his ass.
So Willie shows up Tonight Show with a black eye.
So I had a Tonight Show, and I had a black guy. But you guys covered it.
Yeah, we covered it, but I mean, it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You know what? One thing that I liked about the Tonight Show, man, and I know Jay's kind of a straight-laced guy. Is that you guys always had alcohol back there, bro.
Of course,
You know, they had
a bartender.
They had a bar, bro. They all had like a mini bar, and they didn't give a fuck whether you drank it or not. As a matter of fact, I think they would like you to drink because you chilled a little bit. Because it's a nerve especially for me, it was nerve. My nerves, man.
So your first Tonight Show, did you take shots or
Yes.
sober? Yeah.
Yes.
How many shots did you
Probably
take?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, and I always had my buddies with me back there. I had Sal.
Yeah.
Gus.
I love Gus.
Fabian with me.
Larry Omaha.
Larry Omaha. So I had all these. I had guys that I grew up with, like in the streets, right?
Yeah.
And they would just be tripping out of the whole thing, bro. And they would be fucking. I'd be taking shots. They'd be taking shots. And,
Willie would walking in with the shot like here and here, giving you his friends and everything. It was great.
yeah.
So the first time you got booked, did you book him?
No, it was Tracy Fisk booked you, correct?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was his manager, but I didn't book him. I wasn't working there yet. But I think his second or third appearance, I booked him for sure. Billy always did great. All his appearances were terrific. Everybody loved it. He got a holding deal at NBC because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Willie talked about this, but Jay had a production deal. And Jay had no interest in producing shows, but they forced him to do it. And they said, Jay, you got to find a comedian that you want to do a show around. And he picked Willie. And nothing happened. I mean, we talked to some writers and stuff.
We got a script done.
We got a script done. It was a good experience for Willie.
Yeah.
I mean, they put money in his pocket. And it was good. It was an honor. It was great. I mean, Jay believed in Willie. He still does.
No, he was. I'll tell you something. I was on the Tonight Show a total of 10 times, and I count the times I did the man on the streets for him.
I forgot about that.
I did a man on the streets for Jay.
Really?
I went out talking for Jay. Yeah, and then Willie, come out here. So Cinco de Mayo. Tell us about what happened out there.
No
and I
way.
went all over LA asking people about Cinco de Mayo.
Is there any way we could find that like footage somewhere?
So all that footage from Leno years, NBC's like, I don't even know how to get
I wish
it.
you could find that. I wish
It's
you could.
like it's like Johnny Carson, like his nephew is in charge of all the archives. So if you want anything from Johnny, like you can just call his nephew and they have it. But with Jay, it's like I don't know what.
I don't think Jay gives a shit about any of the archives.
No.
But
No, I don't know where it is.
the one I want,
honestly-
if anybody could find anything, I want the one I got booed at the Apollo twice in one night. That would be my favorite. That would be like a real. That's the one, and no one has it, bro. You know,
That's a good.
That was the one with Sinbad, right?
with Sinbad.
What network was that one on?
NBC late night, right?
Yeah,
It was NBC.
Yeah, late night with NBC.
it was like
Late night.
and
midnight.
I got booed twice the same night.
It's kind of cool to be booed though on that show.
You know what? My opening line was, "Hey, black people, you know why I don't like you?" Boo! And then Sinbad came out and gave me a hug and walked me. And then Sinbad told the audience, "This guy's funny. Let's give him a chance." And then Sinbad told me, "Please, man, open up by saying, 'Black people, I love you.'" But I was mad because I've done that joke in LA in South Central and it works. So I was stubborn, man. And I went out there and
It's
then
good. It's good. It's a good story. So
and
you
I
can
said,
talk about
yeah.
it still.
And I just said, "Black people, you know why I don't like you?" And boo, now they booed me 10 times harder.
I love it. No, if you don't get booed on the Apollo, you have to get booed at least once. I used to love that show.
I did, yeah.
It was great back then.
Yeah, when the
They
Sandman
booed
come out.
everybody.
I love that. I loved the Def Comedy Jam. I used to love
Yeah.
with Bernie Mac when he hosted it. I thought he was great.
Did you ever have Bernie on the Tonight Show?
I think he was dead when I don't think
What?
he passed
He
away.
had passed away, but-
I think he passed. I don't think. What year did he pass? In the
I
90s,
don't-
right?
Like 2005, 2006?
No.
No, it was before that. I started the Tonight Show in 2001.
See what year,
I never worked
Bernie.
with.
No, because I remember when he passed, I was already like 10 years old.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he had a show.
The
Yeah.
Bernie Mac show. I used to watch it.
Yeah. No, it was a good show.
It's on the air. It's on some crazy network. I saw the commercial for
But you
it.
know what?
2008, it says.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But you know what?
I never worked with him.
Well, here it is. I pitched a show one time to Paramount or somebody. I had a show written, but it was basically about you guys, right?
Yeah.
And the lady who was there was like 4 people there, and one of the lady goes, "That's Bernie Mac," and I said, "Well, I didn't know that was Bernie Mac." Because in my head, I was thinking about you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like coaching you guys in baseball and whatever. So after that, I gave her a dirty look, and I was in a bad mood the whole time.
That's over. That meeting wouldn't do it well.
And then the other people were looking at me, and I was answering all short, like yeah, no, yeah, no. And then they told me to fucking beat it. But
Well, that's how you not get a TV show. That's the secret of not getting the job.
I gotta tell you something, man. You know, Bud Friedman, bro. Bud Friedman would always tell me, "Willie, we want to show your Tonight Show here at the Improv."
Oh yeah, I did that all the time for comics.
Yeah, but do you know that?
Did you?
Bro,
Did he do it?
I didn't do not one, and
okay.
he asked me to do it like 5 times. But do you know, Ross? And this is why I say Jay was here. I always felt like such a fucking outsider in Hollywood, bro. I always felt like I didn't belong, man. You know? I don't know if you knew that about me. And
I thought you always treated people nice.
I did,
usually.
but in Hollywood, I just didn't feel like, you know what I mean?
You didn't feel like.
I just felt like I didn't belong, bro. I felt like this Mexican guy, and I did feel that way, like, this Mexican guy doesn't belong with Hollywood, you know, because I didn't, you know, there was no connection between me other than telling a good joke. I don't know, man. You know, that's why I admire George Lopez, as you know, for whatever it's worth. He did it, man. He pushed himself through.
No, he did a sitcom, and he even got his daughter to be in the sitcom
Yeah.
with him, which is amazing. I mean, I don't know if I try to watch that show.
No,
But, it was tough, but I got through it. But I mean, he did it. He got his daughter like to star with him on the show.
No. You know what?
I mean, it's amazing that a guy he could do that. You know, it's think about it.
No,
I want my daughter to star with me on the show. Does she have any credits? No, not really. She did some acting in high school, but
Right.
But
this new generation, these new cats coming up. I don't know. I know you're not much into the booking comics anymore. You're out of that scene. But there's a whole new wave of Latino comedians, man. That I give them a lot of props. They're fearless. They don't give a fuck, And there's all these avenues of how to.
the one guy died, didn't he? The new
Ken Flores.
Ken Flores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Was he funny? I saw some clips.
I saw his act. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's
But there's still a lot of guys. There's a lot of that generation.
And this everybody knows. Willie used to bring these guys on I used to book Willie on the road, and he would bring his own openers. And he brought Felipe Esparza for years, and he also brought Fluffy. He brought Fluffy on the road with him too. Gabriel.
I would bring a lot of comedians,
And all
man.
these guys and then as soon as they made it, they forget Willie's name and number.
Yeah,
So it's
man.
unbelievable.
Fuck, man. Huh?
It's unbelievable. Willie, all
Hey,
this
I'm sorry, man. I was probably a dick, but hey,
No, Willie was great to these guys. They would come in my office. They were all like be in awe of Willie having a manager, and and they were all like they're hungry comics back then. But it's nice to see some of these guys make it.
No, hey, I'm proud of all of them, bro.
Yeah,
I got nothing but love
Gabe's
for them.
playing SoFi with Joe Coy in March.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
God
playing.
damn.
I don't think I should have told you. Shoot.
What?
You get all upset. No, but he's playing.
Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
Gabe played Dodger Stadium,
Yeah.
and now he's playing SoFi with Joe Coy. They had the same manager.
Oh, okay. Well, they got Live Nation behind them, man.
That's
right?
That's gonna be huge. I mean, I don't know, a comedy show at SoFi. How?
I saw Green Day and Smashing Pumpkins there, and a horrible place to watch a concert. Just so you guys know,
Yeah,
horrible.
it's too big.
It's too big. The sound is horrible. There's no air conditioning.
Well, it's very futuristic looking though, because I saw the Chargers there. So I'm going to go see. I'm not a Chargers fan, but
He's a Rams guy.
Raiders, bro. Come on. That's right, undefeated right now.
I want to know. Yeah.
Who's your team, bro?
Bengals.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
How the fuck you end up in Cincinnati?
My family's from Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
My daughter went to school out there too. But my dad's from there.
A lot of
My dad's buried there.
Oh, there's a lot of mobsters in Cincinnati. You know that, right?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot. You're right. Not anymore. They're all dead.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
Hey,
You're right though. It's all Russian mob now. It's not Italian. I'm telling you.
yeah, but hey, they make great movies. Okay, I got a question for you, bro.
Sure.
When you were growing up, did anybody like your dad? Did anybody ever try to get you to put boxing gloves when you were little? Like teach you how to box? Like, hey, son, I'm gonna show you.
I wanted to learn how. I took karate. Not like your kids did, but I took Kempo karate.
Okay.
At Chuck Norris's studio for 3 years. And
But how about when you were like 8 or 10 years old?
Not boxing. I took boxing later in life. But I can hit the speed bag pretty well. But I was more like into like karate. Now I do jujitsu.
Oh, no.
You do jujitsu?
I do jujitsu
No,
now.
shit, I do jujitsu, bro. I got back into it. Yeah,
I do jujitsu and a lot of floor work, and I mean,
bro, I got out fast. I don't have the same stamina I used to when I was younger. Look at you, your coffee just thinking about jujitsu.
I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, it keeps you flexible in shape. I mean,
it does.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy I train with won the silver medal for Iran. His name's
shit.
Sam.
He's a beast. Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there that are fucking animals. What, did I ever get you to box, bro? Did I ever smack you around when you were little?
My dad never did that.
No, I'm asking you, did I ever smack you around, dude, when you were little?
Yeah, but it was in training though. Like he had the boxing gloves, or he had the pads, and the pads are fucking like they're hard cardboard.
Yeah, but you did karate, right? Was it karate or judo? What do you guys do?
We did everything. We did. I had my first cage fight when I was 10 years old.
Did you ever test for black belt?
No.
Your dad would never let you. He told me
because I stopped doing karate. But
you did?
Yeah, when we used to box,
he did Muay Thai, he did jiu-jitsu.
But when we used to box, if I didn't bring my hand back to my face, he fucking smacked me, dude.
You gotta keep your guard up.
Yeah. Well, the old school like way of teaching.
Talking about boxing, you guys excited for the Canelo fight?
No. Did you ever get hit like that by your dad or an uncle?
No. I boxed my uncle.
No, it's called child abuse. You can't do that.
No, bro. In the hood.
No, I boxed my uncle.
You did?
Yeah, I was a teenager.
Go to jail.
No, bro. In the hood, this is a regular thing in a Latino hood, bro. So there's this guy that does his cartoons.
Yeah.
Is Fliplandia for everybody, for all my fans out there. If you just go on Instagram and follow Fliplandia. Anyways, here's one of his episodes from Fliplandia.
Oh, you drunk?
Defend yourself! What's up, little mocoso?
What's up?
You come to visit your tío?
Simon.
Or do you come for your tía's famous mole?
Chale. I want you to teach me how to box, tío.
Meet me in the backyard. Put your gloves up.
Listo.
Alright? Órale. Then we're gonna start off with you defending yourself. Defend yourself!
Tío, you drunk?
Defend yourself! Come on! Nah! Defend yourself!
Trying.
I think your tía's mole is ready.
Me too there, tío.
Make us laugh once. Follow for more.
Please write all the letters to Willie Barcena.
You gotta check this guy. Hey, Fliplandia, he's gonna be with us. He's gonna be part of our show now. And each week we're gonna
show. I love that. I love anything like that's not PC. I love.
Yeah, we're gonna show him once a week on our show, right, bro?
Yeah.
And he's one of our homies now. None but love for Fliplandia. And you, brother, thank you for being on our show, pleasure. Man. We have so much history. We were in Bahrain together, the Middle East.
Willie and I flew in a military jet plane, like a 727 with, you have the picture right there, of Cedric, you, Chris Isaac, who else?
Dwight
Yoakam.
Yeah.
And Leno. We all went to entertain the troops during Thanksgiving one year, and it was like Willie and I would go to the bar at the hotel, and guys would walk around with swords in their pocket. Remember?
Yeah.
And drive around Ferraris.
Yeah. Remember they told us when we get there we couldn't sit like that with our legs crossed.
No,
couldn't have like that. You couldn't show your soul to some bottom of your shoe to some. That's saying like fuck you to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We went to all these military bases and entertained the troops and all these young kids like 18, 19 years old. But I mean, it was long days, but it was great. I mean, it was a great.
No, it was a great experience, bro.
And then on the way back, which I love, when we went there, it was like just us on the plane. When we came back, it was like a packed plane. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and Wayne Newton was on the plane, and Wayne Newton had like the cheapest cologne you could wear.
He like buried himself. He like dressed himself in this cheap cologne.
Like fucking Zapata last
week.
week.
It was so bad. Willie, they had a gas mask. Willie put the gas. Willie put the gas mask.
I put a gas mask on, bro.
Like the fucking
just to get laughs because the cologne was so bad.
It was great.
But I was surprised he didn't fucking bitch slap me.
I don't think he realized. He was like smiling and thought he was talking to you. He loved, he thought it was great. And
I was making fun of him, but he didn't know, bro. That's what a dick. Hey, listen, bro. That was an awesome trip. I enjoyed all the years that you were my manager, and I enjoyed when you booked me on the Tonight Show. We've been friends for a long time. You're just a solid dude, bro. And
thank you,
Ross Mark. I'm gonna pitch a show to you, bro, but you gotta give me another 2 months because I'm gonna get ready. You're gonna like it. We're cooking up something, huh, Fabian?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just keeping it right now, bro. It's putting a lid on it. But
sounds good.
About 2 months, I'm gonna hit you up, bro.
2 months.
See, this whole thing was an ambush to fucking do this.
The drive here, I drove from Tarzana, and you're here in Pasadena, so it was a nice 45-minute drive.
If you want to plug anything you got going on or any projects you got coming up,
no, I'm not plugging anything. Just plugging my softball career, and I started a new business because I love sports collecting stuff. So really quick, I have a lot of friends that are older of my age that have all these sports card collections.
Right.
And I'm like saying, well, do your kids collect cards? They say no. I said, well, when you pass, when you die, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
your wife's just going to take your cards and throw them away.
So you're getting them from all your
So
friends.
no, what I say is, let me see what cards you have. I'll sell the stuff that's worth something. I'll take 20%, which is fair, and it's a lot of work, and you'll have like, you know, I mean, I'm already like, I sold something recently for like $60,000.
Wow, that's a smooth sale.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, people have all these cards and they sit there.
So this weekend you're gonna be in Virginia.
I'm in Arlington, Virginia, starting Friday and Saturday. At where am I going to be at?
At the Arlington Draft House.
At the Arlington Draft House, you guys. We were there. I think we were there last year.
Yeah.
And it's a hell of a crowd. Have you been
there? No.
Bro, Arlington is probably the cleanest. One of the cleanest
DC,
cities.
right? It's right next to DC, correct?
I have no idea, bro.
Yeah, it's Virginia.
Is it?
Yeah. Virginia's by DC.
But I know it's known for, and when you land there, it's very obvious, very clean, and people are in shape.
Really?
Yeah, those are two things. So Arlington, Virginia, we'll see you guys this weekend. You want to plug anything, Fabian?
No, stay tuned for the episodes, the little cartoons we got coming.
Yeah, and Fliplandia, man. And we're always gonna, team up with Fliplandia, and nothing but love, Robert.
This Friday I'll be at the Funnyville in Victorville. Hey, come on out, Victorville.
Oh, Funnyville. Also, AKA the Holiday Inn.
The Holiday Inn.
That's fucked
It's
up.
actually the Holiday Inn.
All right,
It is the Holiday Inn.
It is the Holiday Inn,
bro.
It's right.
It is the Holiday
If it's
Inn.
easier to find.
But call it the Funnyville. At least
Okay, Funnyville.
Funnyville and Victorville.
Funnyville and Victorville. There you go. All right. Inside the Holiday Inn.
Room 228.
All right, everybody.
All right. Mad love, you guys.